How everybody doing today? Um, Obviously I'm making a video, so you know it must be something serious. That's the only time I make videos. But this was given to me probably like earlier this week, maybe as in like last week and everything. And I knew for a while that this was going on, but I thought maybe it was just something that was given to me. That was it. Until I'll say the other week I saw somebody make a status about it, and then God actually gave them a dream, and it confirmed what I knew. And then every time I read a book, it's saying the same exact message. And then I go online, I'm seeing people getting the same exact message. I'm just like, okay, this is something serious and everything. And the message pretty much is we as the body of Christ is lacking intimacy with God. So where our first led to was Genesis 4:1. And it says, and Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain. And then I was led to go to in Matthew 7:21 and 23, which everybody knows this verse. Everybody's like, oh, it's not going to be me because, he's talking about, fake people or people that, claim to be Christ, but not really, da da da. And so, which says, not everyone who said unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter to the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. So I'm like, okay, people are going to respond thinking they have the will of God, which is in verse 22. Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name and cast out demons in your name and done many wonderful works? And then 23 says, and then will I profess unto you, I never knew you, ye that work iniquity. And so I'm like, this connection there. In Genesis 4:1, we see Adam knew Eve, and she conceived and bare Cain. And in 22 or 23, Jesus like, I never knew you. So early in that chapter, like a few verses beforehand, we see Jesus talking about how we should know them by their fruit, and how a tree brings forth good fruit and stuff like that. So what fruit would he be talking about? Okay, the fruit of the Spirit. Galatians 5:22-23, which is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. And so we go to 1 Corinthians 13 and we see Paul is talking. He's saying, though I speak with, tongues of men and angels and have not love, I become as a sounding, brass or tinkling cymbal. The next verse is like, even though I have the gift and of prophecy and understand all mysteries and knowledge, and though I have all the faith and I can remove mountains, but didn't have love, I am nothing. And in the third verse is what really got to me. I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and still have not love, it profit me nothing. And it hit me, you can be given to the poor, have all the knowledge and wisdom of God, even die for Christ, but still not make it in if you didn't bear love, if you did not produce love. And it hit me. That's how we become intimate with God. When we become intimate with God, our fruit should be produced. But if we don't bear that main thing, love, he's going to say, I never knew you. And you can do all these things Paul's saying, and still it will mean nothing. Who wants to die for Christ thinking, I'm doing the word because I'm dying for Christ, and then come find out I never knew you. You're just like, Lord, I did this. I died for you. I never knew you because you never became intimate with me. Intimacy is what is the main factor, the difference. Instead of having all this head knowledge, all this, oh, I know God, I know the verses, I know this and that. Oh, I, go out witnessing, I do this, etc., etc. But we still don't produce that fruit, that love. And that's what we're lacking. So many saints have pride and arrogancy and their walk self-righteousness and thinking we know God. He doesn't even know us because we have not produced, we have not conceived love. So for a while I was like, okay, God, how do we become intimate? Because for a while I'm just like, so how do we do that? A lot of people pray and read their verse. What's the difference? And this is what I got. God is literally an open book. The Bible. He pours himself out to us. but we don't open up to him. We don't pour ourselves to him. Our prayers are general. We don't share our struggles about what's wrong and what we need, but we seek him as a genie. We don't come to him and be like, God, I'm dealing with this sin. I can't stop for some reason. I enjoy this sin. I enjoy it more than I love praying to you. We're not open with him. And we always asking him for this and that, and we aren't vulnerable with him, and we need to. And that's how we become intimate with him. A husband and wife, when they are intimate with each other, everything's open up, everybody's exposed, nothing is hidden, and they produce a child. When we expose ourselves to God and our faults and our shortcomings, it helps us to produce the fruits of the Spirit. He places within us the seeds of the fruit, and we begin to go through situations where plowing our flesh is a must to make sure that the fruit will eventually, rise up. And that's it. We are not vulnerable with him. We barely like being vulnerable with other people. How can we be vulnerable to a God we can't even see? We automatically think, well, God, he knows what I'm dealing with. He knows my struggles. Why do I gotta admit it? Because he's poured himself out to us. Why can't we do it with him? That's what he's waiting for, that intimacy. And that's how we're able to produce that fruit of love, which many of us, including myself, lack. And we need that. We need that intimacy. We need to produce that fruit. But it's like we're scared. It's like we don't really want to do that and everything.